Okay. Okay. Let's go ahead and announce this dev stream. Since this will be on Ennuicastr, I will stick this there as well. So I'm just going to generally think about some issues with the user experience, the user interface. It's currently sitting in beta. Yeah, this is actually merged. I just don't have that, yeah, here. Yep, okay. So, let's go ahead and open the actual thing and get a sense of how unhappy I am and whether I should be. Let me go ahead and make sure I've got this version compiled. Ah, my eyes. So it's not this user interface I'm talking about. This isn't, amazingly perfect, but it's actually this user interface I'm currently concerned with. And let me not be in this mode. It is specifically, I guess, maybe the sheer number of things here, but mainly right here. Just a lot of stuff for input, and it is intimidating to the average user. And actually, it's user experience rather than just user interface, because, for example, so previously, okay, these two are very confusing. Having both of these together is just extremely confusing. Basically, it's not at all clear here what things affect the recording and what things only affect the live experience. And what can I do about that? So I generally don't like what's the word I'm looking for? I generally don't like when there's like an advanced button on a user interface. I think that I guess it's actually I have no rational reason. I just prefer to be for advanced users. But I don't like having an advanced button. I don't like the Mac style where, like, rather than having an advanced button, you just can't access any advanced features because the operating system is made for toddlers. But man, maybe I need to just stick some things under advanced, like voice detection sensitivity. I don't want to remove it because if you need it, you need it. But boy howdy, no one understands what that means. Noise gate is a pretty basic feature. I think it should be there. Push to talk. It's too bad I can only do that with Gamepad because of browser, but oh well. Noise reduction is on by default, and that's the right default, so maybe even that should be in advanced. And it is not at all clear that this does not affect the recording, whereas this does. unless you click this. And automatic gain control, man, like, no one should ever use that. That should also be under advanced. So maybe in spite of my best intentions, I should have an advanced subpanel, and literally every checkbox plus voice detection sensitivity goes under advanced. So all you get is input device, channel, maybe even channel should go under advanced, because all is the right default. Like, all is what you want. Yeah, actually, yeah. Channel goes under advanced too, definitely. So, like, you get input device, noise gate, push to talk, advanced. Now, within advanced, how do I describe echo cancellation in a way that isn't utterly confusing? The thing that makes it confusing is that I have... So here's how it actually works. If this is clicked, then you are always recording both with and without echo cancellation. So this is a recording option only. This affects what you are sending live. But if you're not recording both, then what you're sending is what you're recording. So if this is clicked, then this only affects the live experience. If this is unclicked, then this affects the recording. And that's what's so horribly confusing about it. I think input device, noise gate, push to talk, and echo cancellation stay in the unadvanced. Advanced gets channel, voice detection sensitivity, noise reduction, post-talk echo cancellation, and automatic gain control. And I need to somehow make it clearer what this actually means. Also, every part of my soul wants to put a hyphen here, but the Chicago Manual of Style says not to, so I don't. Is there any other options that are equally sort of verbose? I think, mute interface sounds just a little bit non-obvious what that means, but that's the only one that's at all really confusing here. Video settings. Yeah. It's weird that this is under video settings. There's like no reason for this to be under video settings. But there's nowhere else for it to be. Users doesn't really have any options in it, so. And I'm glad that these are here. I think this is pretty much as clear as it's going to get. The icons, I think, make it very clear. Do I want less here? User admin. So it's worth mentioning. In fact, I'll just join with another client so you can. So if there were any watchers, which there are not, you could see what I'm talking about. Let me just quickly check if there are. There might be one. So this is all you see. This is all you see on the regular client. So it's way, 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 way less. Okay, let's start fussing with input settings. I will just start fussing with input settings and then make a decision as to what I actually want. I'll start fussing and decide what I want to do with the fussing after I'm done fussing. That makes sense. Okay. I'm just going to put a bunch of stuff in here in a bit, so... This checkbox I'm going to have to CSS up to look different, because I don't want it to look like a regular check. But I can do that. Let's move some stuff. I'm going to remove these comments because I didn't comment most of them and it's just a little bit confusing. Okay, so certainly the actual input device. The input channel I've decided is an advanced option, only because the default is what people usually want. Basically, anything where the default for at least a substantial portion of users, like more than, say, 10%, isn't what they want, should go out of it. So if it's going to affect less than 10% of users, then it can be in advanced settings. There we go. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, voice detection sensitivity. I don't want to remove it because I don't like removing settings that are already there, but it's like so specific. Noise gate, I do think most people want to have a noise gate directly there, even though you really shouldn't need it. I think people are accustomed to it. Noise reduction, like, it can just be on by default. It is such good noise reduction, it does not need to ever be turned off. And this only affects input, the live chat. It does not affect the recording. So echo cancellation I'm going to keep here. So thus far, I haven't actually made it possible for you to get to any of the advanced settings, but I shouldn't have actually broken anything. I just shuffled some things around. Like, everything is still there, the UI should still load properly, it just will have some invisible elements, which is rather inconvenient. What? What? Was it caching? Yeah, why is it... okay, it was caching. Oh well. I'll have to make sure I pop open the dev console so it doesn't cache. It's more like it. So yeah, this doesn't do anything right now, but this is what you'll see, which seems far, far more reasonable. Why do I still have this hider if I'm apparently not using it? I never intended for automatic gain control to be visible on desktop devices. I was thinking, like, did I really, like, expose that horrible feature? No is the answer. Oh, that sucks. That was never supposed to be visible on desktop anyway. Oh, well. Okay. Input panel. Input config, fine. Input advanced settings. Wait, that's right. Gotta open up this. Good, good. I do want to change what that looks like. Now, I'm thinking very hard about what I want. Um, how I want to communicate whether something affects the recording. Oh no, not you two box icons. Ugh. None of these quite communicate what I want. I want like an exclamation point on a microphone or something. Exclamation point really feels like the most correct thing to use. I don't know why this is a badge. I really wish there was, well, maybe I don't. Really wish there was just an exclamation point without crap around it. What I'm thinking is stick an exclamation point on the things that affect recording. And then I can have the exclamation point appear or disappear on echo cancellation. I think the alert triangle is exactly the right thing to use. No. No. I usually have a command called CB that just copies the name of a file into the clipboard. What? Oh, that's not local. Never mind. It's not even worth my time to try and make that happen. Input settings. So, let me just get a quick, like, if I stick it here, alert triangle. Let's see how that looks. After 10 minutes of building. It's pretty obvious that the input device affects the recording. Huh. Do I have an out-of-date box icons or something? I mean, clearly. Do I have box icons installed through here? Yes. How do I, like, upgrade something? Tell me how to upgrade. I mean, I can uninstall. I love that they have isnstall as a alias. It's purely for typo. I mean, I can uninstall it and then reinstall it insanely. I had the latest version. Oh my god. I assumed V2 meant like V2 was the current version, but no, this is some new V3. Notice how these are 3 years ago, because now... Ooh, George is getting angry! Like, they won't tell me what the version name is for their current ones. Oh, you suck, box icons. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, there's no alert triangle. You absolute bastards. God damn it. This is why I switched from, what was even the name of it? Font Awesome to box icons in the first place. Font Awesome pulled this bullshit. Now what am I going to switch to? Not a lot of options here. I don't understand how they have a free version and yet I'm not using it. Wow. In their FAQ, the very second option is like, why should I give you money? And they fucking misspelled I. They really want to encourage you to use their own CDN. How do I just like? I mean, they have a GitHub link to a clearly out of date. Wow. Is this a joke? Isn't that the same link that was working before? Oh my god, they misspelled their own name. Box icons. I liked box icons. I don't want to have to change. Not again. this sucks. This sucks. Okay, anyway, so in the past... yeah, none of these, like, I don't want a calendar exclamation point. That's bad. Cool. Let me just, let's see. I mean, it's not an error, but that is the symbol I was looking for. Just had to have a brief mental breakdown vis-a-vis box icons. I mean, it's not super intrusive, but it's a bit overbearing for merely effects recording. I need something a little bit less sort of extreme, like this radiation hazard. Why would I choose code? I'm just trying to see if something will spark me to go, ah. Microphone makes sense. The problem is that, like, both are... I guess I could use, like, microphone versus phone. Phone suggests live chat. Microphone suggests recording, kind of. Yeah, I think if I used microphone, I happen to like microphone alt from this set, to mean recording, but then also used, like, phone call to mean doesn't affect recording, only affects live chat, then that might be a good compromise. And that way everything gets an icon, and I just have to have a little legend for what icon means what. Noise gate affects the recording. Gamepad push to talk affects the recording, but it already has an icon. Right, and here's our surprise, because echo cancellation may or may not affect the recording. dubious grammar here, and I'm not even really sure why I'm using dubious grammar. So if it does not affect the recording, we are using phone call. Yes. Right now, it's going to show both of those, but I'll have to fix it so that it doesn't. The legend should go right here. I actually don't want flex on this. Just make this, I won't make this 2 rows. Most of them do affect the recording. Box icons. Why do you have to break my heart? Hello, Van Whitman. You can change the prompt, the exclamation point prompt, and then change it to whatever you want to, if the bot is running correctly, which I think it is. I assume the horrors are referring to that and not my code. Ugh, what'd I do here? How did that even happen? What the? Oh god. Head size just bad. Just the worst. And it's trying to turn my moob into a man boob, or into a non-man boob, is a real problem. And what, like, actually, what the hell did I do here? This is hellacious. I really botched that a lot, and I'm not even at all sure how. Oh, the microphone isn't showing up at all. EXS microphone alt. I'm so sorry. Okay, that was problem 1. I don't understand why it has turned me into, like, a child on top of everything. It's really bad. You've done a great job of really going quite low, quite fast there, Van Whitman. I'm not, like, missing an end div. I'm not missing an and I. Why is it? Oh, because these shouldn't be divs at all. They should be spans. Okay. That should be all of the numerous mistakes I just made. I don't know why it doesn't seem to have tried any of the words you put there, Van Whitman. It is like a general AI model, but it seems to have just ignored. Wait, there's a plane. There's a plane right there, right there. See it? See it? Right up there. There's a plane. I can't point to it. It won't let me. But like right up there. There's a plane. little plane on my shoulder. Sometimes I have a little plane on my shoulder. I don't want to move or I'll destroy the plane, probably. Plane gone. Oh, it's back! All I have to do is be over here, and it's like, well, as long as you're at that angle, the plane belongs there. Okay. I don't think it's clear that this is a legend. How does one make legends clearly legends? So handsome. Much handsome. Wow. Truly the handsomest. I don't know if I want to put this in a box, but it is handsome. Wait, wrong one. Maybe I can just do this. I feel slightly foolish for spending so much time twiddling about with the user interface, but this whole stream is just the user interface, so it kind of makes sense. Yeah, so Van Whitman, it always tries to fit it into the frame of like what the AI is actually seeing or what the webcam is actually seeing. So like maybe if I stick my no, even there, it's not like come on, make him ears. Make him ears. Make him. No, it's not figuring it out. It's too like it tries to fit it onto what the webcam is actually seeing, and so it's just basically, it has to be something that it can overlay onto a basically human frame or it won't work. That's me, the human being. I don't think this is too bad. That's too bad. You don't know Bean. I have no idea who that person is. Is this that person? Are you sure? Where's the... Oh, I guess I just called it echo. That's not at all confusing. Here I am. I like the soulless eyes. Just absolutely just black holes. I don't remember what I named these. Echo cancellation effects recording. I hope so. I hope so, Van Whitman. Marie Antoinette stroking my beard feels a bit weird. If you ask for a man with no face, Van Whitman, it usually puts a bag over my head. Kinda. It doesn't do a very good job of it, but it tries. I think our most successful yet was just egg. Bit found that one. Egg. It is truly perfection. So if Julie C is on, then it does not affect the recording. Oh God! Ah! It's really the webcam bit of it and the prompt bit of it are really fighting right now. Did it crash or did I connect to a recording that it crashed? That's no good. It truly doesn't know what to become. Echo cancellation. The twine and wires is going on what should be background. Let me... Here, maybe this will help you have more fun. I'm going to turn the control net all the way down. Huh, interesting. Even with the control net all the way down, it sort of barely cares. Never mind. Turns out it just doesn't care about your prompt. Okay, in order to debug this, I'm going to have to actually debug it. Blossoms. Look at the blossoming. The blossoms are here. I think it's turning my like lapel mic into the blossoms. I really don't think my nipples show through my shirt, but it sure does. It's not getting this. I think it does expressionism particularly well, men, women. Like if you ask for and you want to ask for something, like ask for pointillism portrait of a man or something, so that it sort of knows what it's trying to make. Well, that didn't work at all, but I knew that didn't work. But I also, of course, I didn't get a message there because I prevented it. Yeah, okay. So what I have to do then is... Oh, that won't work either. You were right to not choose man. This is hard to debug. Sources. Swirling eyes everywhere, but mainly on my shirt and my eyes. Oh, that one actually was the first one to come. So echo effects rec was null. 3. Echo cancellation effects. The hell? Echo cancellation effects recording. Oh my god. I hope you like holes. I'm only going to be streaming for a couple more minutes here, Ben Whitman, so you better get in your prompting madness while you can. Here he is, the one and only actual human being. I've discovered with most AI models, if you want it to make something that is not a human, you prompt it with human. So it's the issue is that the prompts, like the way that the AI model is trained, uh, it's just trained on image descriptions, and you have to remember. Okay, that looks good. You have to remember that. Uh, hey, there we go. You have to remember that if somebody is making a description of an image, they're not going to describe it as having human beings in it, because that's just a bizarre sequence of sounds. Okay. Here's all the sounds. Oh dear. I had to figure out the exact like font ID. Uh, it's almost as if what was it supposed to associate with it? There's some way. How did I find that in the first place? Like, how did I figure out the ID? King Charles is a dog. You need to know this, that King Charles is a dog. Seems to be any species of dog, but definitely a dog. Nothing else is certain. King Charles is a dog. There it is. That's how I figured it out. Okay. Hello. This I mean, you could resurrect any queen, really. Like, there have been many historical queens. I am actually going to finish this before I forget about it. There's a fishiness. There's a fishiness here. Slightly on the sex doll side of things. A sex doll is a mannequin if you use it as a mannequin. EBC0. Look at how swarthy he is. minus. There's a plus, but there's not a minus. No, the minus. Send money. I'm diseased and need your money. Fund me on GoFundMe. Wait, that's gonna be... There it is. That recording ending is my sign to end the stream. I think anthro-rat or anthropomorphic rat is probably gonna work better than human-like. I mean, not that this isn't working. That didn't work. Huh. Okay, well, I'll figure out why that CSS didn't work other than because it's CSS some other time. Glad you've enjoyed messing with my face. That's why that tool exists. Stream